Look, I want to talk to you about tariffs because the impact of Donald Trump's tariffs have hit the markets. Wall Street is down more than 10% or US $9 trillion in just 2 days. The Aussie dollar has hit a 5-year low, now close to 60 US cents. That's actually surpassing the low recorded at the start of the pandemic. And there have been massive losses across global share markets. Look, Prue, obviously this is not good, but we knew this was going to happen. It was foreshadowed. The thing is that Donald Trump's not going to renege on this. He's going all out on unilateral tariffs.
Oh, totally. And we've seen now China's response, which is over the top. But I think people are reading the fact that, inflation is going to hit around the world, certainly in America with what Trump's done. China, the whole works. So we are in for a bad economic time, which is all the more reason why we should make sure Albanese's in. But when you look at it from an exporter's point of view, the fact that the dollar's gone down, we are more competitive. I hear the Bitcoin's going up even more. So maybe,
yeah, right.
I think that people know that with the fluctuations in the share market, where everyone's sort of panicking, it's a great time to buy if you have some cash and just relax. It'll come back again. I just think that people have this situation where they are panic merchants. They're reading the news. They're seeing the protests in America, which is more about the fact that people hate Trump.
Yeah.
The repercussions of his tariffs are yet to be, discovered. We are all a bit anxious about it, but I just think chill, everybody. It's not so bad.
In the end, he was elected on America First, wasn't he? So he's going ahead with his America First plan, whether or not the world likes it or
He said he was doing tariffs.
He said he was doing tariffs.
They
We knew
voted.
this. It shouldn't come as any surprise. Now, let's move on because major Adelaide roads will get artificial intelligence cameras aimed at cutting traffic and boosting economic activity. The South Australian government believes every 5,000 motorists stuck in traffic for 20 minutes cost the state economy $33,000. Now, this trial will involve the cameras analysing congestion and tweaking traffic light cycles. I actually like this idea personally, Prue, because if we can actually get traffic moving, sometimes when you're stuck in traffic lights and you're like, come on, for goodness sake, move it along, move it along. I think that this is a good idea, but I will say, does this not point to a bigger problem? That infrastructure has not been carefully prepared for the future. We have a growing population.
Well, this is the problem. Look, I see your point. It drives me nuts when I'm stuck at a red light in traffic. There's no other traffic. You think, what the hell?
Yeah.
But I think it would be more intelligent to be spending that money on getting the infrastructure right. We know that with this ridiculous migrant intake that we have, every city in Australia, every town in Australia is really, not coping. And we need to have money spent on infrastructure. So sure, let's do it, trial, let's see how it goes. But in the end, the intelligence should come from the people who are making decisions about infrastructure, as far as I'm concerned.
It's the big Australia policy that nobody voted for at work. We've got a booming population, which means congestion on the roads. You're spot on. Prue MacSween, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me on the show this evening.